Leather that looks fine when it's new is easy. Leather that actually stands the test of time, that's a different story. In this video, I'm going to show you the techniques that I use to make every piece of leather I work with last decades. The things most makers overlook, even experienced ones. Let's start off with tip number one, and that's selecting the right leather. Not all hides are created equal. Some will crack, and some will stretch, and some simply degrade over time. For anything I want to last, I use full grain leather. It's more durable, develops a natural patina, and actually looks better with age. Thickness is equally important. For small items like wallets or bags, I prefer 4 to 5 ounces, and for belts or structured pieces, 6 to 8 ounces. Using the wrong thickness can make stitching difficult and compromise durability. Moving on to tip number two, and that's stitching correctly. Even premium leather fails if it's stitched poorly. Uneven stitches, loose seams, these are the most common points of failure. I mark every hole carefully, punch consistently, and maintain even thread tension. It takes a little more time, but it ensures the seams stay secure for years. I also use strong waxed thread. Cheap thread may hold for a few months, but it won't withstand regular use over the long term. Moving on to tip number three, and this is going to be about edge finishing. Edges are one of the most important parts of a piece. They affect both how it looks and how long it lasts. Raw edges fray and wear unevenly, which can make even the best leather look sloppy over time. I start by beveling the edges to give them a clean shape, then sand them smooth to remove small imperfections. Finally, I burnish using toconol. This compresses the fibers and seals the edge, making it both stronger and visually cleaner. It's a simple step, but it makes a huge difference. Properly finished edges wear better, feel better in the hand, and instantly make a piece look more professional. Moving on to tip number four, and this is going to be about using durable hardware. Even the best leather can fail if the hardware isn't up to the task. Bent rivets, loose screws, cheap D-rings compromise the structure and shorten the life of the piece. I always use solid metal hardware and take the time to install it correctly. That means measuring carefully, marking precisely, and securing everything properly. A small misalignment might seem minor at first, but over time, it can cause stitching to pull, leather to stretch around weak points. Hardware is also part of the raw aesthetic. Good metal feels solid, moves smoothly, and complements the piece, while cheap hardware just looks cheap. Paying attention to it is one of the easiest ways to make a project feel professional and last longer. Moving on to tip number five, and this is going to be about conditioning and care. Leather is natural, so it responds to how you treat it. Conditioning keeps it supple, prevents cracks, and brings out the richness of the hide over time. I apply a thin layer of conditioner, rub it in evenly, and let it absorb. Buffing it afterward not only smooths the surface, but helps the leather develop a subtle shine and a long-lasting patina. Neglect this step, and even high-quality leather stiffens, cracks, or fades. Think of it as a preventative maintenance. A few minutes of care now saves months of repair later. Over years, well-conditioned leather develops a depth and character that simply can't be rushed or faked. Combine all of these steps, and even simple designs can endure decades of use. Leather selection, stitching, edge finishing, hardware, and care, each element contributes to the overall durability. Some of my earliest projects are still in daily use, looking as good now as when I first made them. Longevity isn't magic, it's attention to detail and consistency. Now, I want to hear from you. What are your best tips for making leather last longer? Drop them in the comments below. And if you want to see more leatherworking techniques, projects, and tips, make sure to subscribe so you don't miss anything. As always, thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.